Peace, love, and balance, everybody. Peace, love, and balance, y'all. It's your girl, Isha, the goddess of wisdom, also known as Goddess on the Rise, the Copper Queen, the Flower Hootie Queen, bringing this sacred energy exchange to y'all. All right, y'all. So it's actually Saturn Day. Happy, what we call Saturn Day again? Okay, Sabado Day. It's actually Sabado Day. It's the day to pay homage to Saturn. It's a very good day to do money rituals, protection rituals, and all that. And I want to say, y'all, this is going to be the Aries season reading. So happy Aries season to everybody. Happy spring equinox. Happy Ostara. Happy, I hope everybody had a great Easter for those that celebrate that. And also happy solar return to all the Aries. Happy solar return to all the Aries, okay? So this is about to be an Aries season reading. Let me explain something to y'all. During Aries season is associated with your solar plexus. Okay, that's why I'm wearing yellow. So it's a sun sign. And Aries tend to shine bright. They stand out. They're sun sign, right? Confident, courageous, brave. That's the energy we should be being in right now. Strong, right? That means they can endure anything and overcome all obstacles. And we all should be tapping into that energy, okay? All right. So with the solar, and also remember that confidence, strong is somebody that has fight in them. So you're resilient. You know what I'm saying? You don't give up. You're not about to walk away and bow down to anybody. You're going to defeat your enemy. So I'm saying all this because I have been feeling some type of spiritual warfare. And we know I don't really like to bring this stuff up, but I want y'all to know that it does play a huge part in what you're feeling right now. So with the war going on in Iran, that's pretty much, World War Three. What they say, World War. I think they say World War Three or something like that. World War whatever. Uh, a World War Four or something like that. They've been saying, but all that chaos is still interfering and affecting us because it is. It's no offense. It's just like 9/11 when all that happened. It affected us. Gas prices. The economy was terrible. So economically, you may be struggling. You and your family could be having disagreements, fights, arguments. Breakups can have happened in relationships. Kids arguing. You may be mad at your kids because they not doing what they supposed to be doing, as or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's all kind of stuff that charts that you get triggered during this season. And if we're not careful, you can say things that you don't mean, that you can't take back. You can do things that you don't mean, that you can't take back, because it's that fire energy. You may be short tempered and all that right now. Okay. So even, and also this is mating season. So for some of y'all may be on the more positive aspect of this, where you're loving on your mate, you're more passionate with your mate or your friends and your families in general, just showing love, being supportive. You know what I'm saying? If you have a friend or a spouse or a family member that's doing well, whether they graduating, whether they got a promotion, or they just started a business, opened a restaurant, just stuff like that, you're out celebrating too. So we have that energy going on too. All right, so all this is gonna, different stuff is gonna come out. And I got my deck right here I'm gonna be pulled from. This is my Dust to Onyx deck. I haven't actually pulled from this deck in a while, but something told me today it's time to bring the deck out. It's time to bring the deck out, so I'm gonna bring it out today, and I'm gonna ring my bell and get us into a spirit before I start shuffling. Earth, air, fire, water, spirits of the universe, most high, higher self, spirit guides of balance light, ancestors known and unknown of balance light. Please come into this space and provide us a divine message for Aries season, okay? So yes, I do not sell this deck, but you can get this deck from the person that does sell it. It's called Dust to Onyx, okay? Dust to Onyx is a very powerful deck that a young lady made this deck that I follow her actually on social media, and it was such a fire deck. I purchased it. I have two actually. I have a traveling version of this deck, and then I also have a this is the full size version of it. So this one never leaves the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking this out the house. But it's a very powerful deck, and I feel like it's a very powerful message in this deck that y'all need to hear about yourselves. Because when spiritual warfare hits, it's more than likely comes from dark entities, haters, people that are jealous of you, people that see you shining in your light right now, and they're envious. And I tell y'all, spiritual warfare can come from just somebody merely jealous of you. You may trigger them if they see a picture of you on social media and they like, you know what I'm saying? They like, I'm tired of, this one. What, you know what I'm saying? Just the thought That's how powerful the energy is right now. Just negative thoughts about somebody else can send them negative energy. And if a multiple people are doing it, it becomes more powerful. So you've been feeling like you're under attack. It's time to get your protection magic, and it's also time to get your hexes and curse magic up so you can start fighting back and get this. You have to protect yourself from whatever coming to you, and then you have to send it back. And then you have to attack. I tell you, it's time to this is spiritual warfare. It's time to spiritually fight and get them hands, baby. It's time to get these hands, baby. You can't be just sitting back and letting people just throw dark magic at you, send black magic to you, sending hexes and jinxes and curses your way, and you ain't gonna protect yourself and send it back, all right? And fight back. It's time for that. All right, so look, I know this is Aries season, but since this is a sun sign and they're ruled by Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, and a lot of it is associated with, Leos and stuff, that's a fight. Now I know we seen the Wizard of Oz, and that particular line was, he was a coward, so he needed courage. And that's another thing. That's the point. If you're not strong, then you need to be getting more strength and courage right now. Focusing on your strength and courage. You can't be weak out here, y'all. I tell people, you could be a light worker all day long, and I am a light worker, but light workers fight too, just like angels fought, right? Angels fought. So just because you a light worker, that don't mean you can't fight. Don't ever think that. Don't. I'm gonna tell y'all, whoever told you that is lying to you and wants you to honestly spiritually die or physically die. Because what kind of angels fought? Y'all better read the book of Revelations, and they kill. All right. So next, you supposed to defend yourself. You don't supposed to unjustly harm people. But in the name of protecting yourself from people that's bringing you harm that you haven't done anything to, and they don't have no reason to be harming you, yes, it's time. So, all right, here we go. Y'all, I'm pulling this deck out. Ooh, this is why they coming for you. This is why they coming for you. You see that? So the Ten of Pentacles, and this is what this is. I like how they use the black power fist on these, okay? It's 10 fists up in the air and a coin each, okay? Associated with Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. They see that you actually got a lot of support. I tell people, you could have a lot of people that support you, as far as like immediate, like a tribe or a team, or some of y'all just got a lot of people just supporting you. They could be total strangers, and you got spiritual support. So I feel like somebody has been jealous of you because they have physically a whole bunch of support in the physical realm, right? But you got support in the spiritual realm, and you getting support in the spiritual realm. That's a lot of power, y'all. That's infinite money. All right, that's infinite money. So your broke days are over. This is 10 is about the completion of a cycle. Your broke days are over. If you've been going through financial hardships, if you feel like the money keep going in slow, or start and it slow back down, or pick up, then it's slow. Those are spiritual attacks too. They've been attacking your money, because everybody knows money and power go together. Money, wisdom, and power, honestly, because you can have a lot of money and a lot of power and still be stupid. Okay, so money, wisdom, and power go together. So somebody, you're wise, all right, you're abundant, you're financially secured, and you also becoming more powerful, and that's a threat by default. People are going to be threatened by somebody that just radiates power, and they just getting money, and they're, and they wise too. They like, who the hell is helping them? And they want to know somebody. They want to know your secrets. And I don't feel like you've been withholding it, but they can't access the type of knowledge and wisdom and power that you have, but because you're being divinely supported and protected in another realm by the Most High, by your ancestors that you work with. I tell people, y'all, your spiritual practice makes a difference. So okay, before I go forward, I want to talk about this. So people that like to practice strictly just spirituality. Spirituality means like what I'm doing right now, I'm burning some incense, okay? Because I just wanted to cleanse the energy. Incense are a symbol of purification, protection, positivity, and it does keep the mood right. But the incense also can't do the work for you. If the incense ain't lit, and when the incense not lit, you at the house arguing with your spouses, with your kids, cussing people out when you're out and about. You're a total different person once you're not up under these type of spiritual tools. That really doesn't benefit you or anybody else. So some people have their spiritual practice doesn't mean they're strong in it, just like their religious practice doesn't mean they're strong in it. So that's why we see so many people, oh, I thought he was a Christian. He or she was supposed to be spiritual. And you see how they talk to me? Just practicing spirituality don't mean that they gon' that it really doesn't mean nothing. Do they actively practice this and live by this every day? That is something that you can only know by experiencing your life with them. And once you see that they just talk a good game, they just say they spiritual just to say it. And that's the thing. Lighting the incense is spiritual. Lighting sage is spiritual. Lighting palo is spiritual. But just because somebody, they can light candles and palo and sage all day and still be demonic, don't ever let that fool you. People just do that because if they like temporary fixes. It's temporary. It's not long term. Okay? So look, stop falling for people, fake friendships, fake partnerships, relationships, even relatives that say they spiritual or religious and they're not reflecting it 24/7. This is a 24-hour job, 365 days. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much. All right, so here we go. 5 of Gourds. Somebody got their feelings hurt. 5 of Gourds. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. This is about change, okay? So this is social, like I said, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. Somebody, you may have got your feelings hurt recently, or you for some of y'all, you poured your feelings out to somebody and that it may not get received the way you was expecting it to. Maybe this person didn't feel the same way about you in return, and you feel like you really been showing them and showing them and showing them that you care for them on a different level, but it's not mutual, and that broke your heart. The lesson in it for you is somebody, you've been this person that you constantly pour into people that don't pour back into you. You refuse to accept that this person doesn't want you back, and you wouldn't give up. So this person could have even shown you that they didn't want you back. They showed you and they told you, and you didn't want to hear it because you may be a bit egotistical. You may be egotistical and you think I can prove myself to this person, which is actually people pleasing, and it's not healthy. It's not people pleasing is not self-love. It's actually the opposite. You need approval for people. So you actually put yourself in a position to be taken advantage of, used, and even become a slave. You could become a slave as a people pleaser. You're a slave to your family. You're a slave to your church. You're a slave to your spouse. You're a slave to your kids because you always trying to make somebody accept you or love you or appreciate you. And you like, I'm gonna show them all these good qualities and they can't say no to me. And you think that works and it doesn't. You just showed them how gullible you are. That's what you did. You showed them how easy it is to get you to do whatever they want, and then they never appreciate it because they still don't feel the same way about you mutually. So this is a time to look in the mirror. See, this is somebody that needs to work on their confidence right now. This is a time to look in the mirror. If this sounds like you need to start pulling your energy back. This is not the time to be pouring into somebody that's not pouring back into your cup. Only pour into those that pour into you. And if they can't pour back into you, too bad. Too bad. Now, I will say this. If you somebody that just wants to help somebody out the kindness of your heart, and I do feel like those people still exist, and you just want to do because you see this person is a good person and they just don't have the help that they deserve, right? And they're on their own or something like that, and they had some serious circumstances and they ain't harming nobody, doing nobody wrong, they ain't even crying about it, making excuses, they just getting stuff done on their own, and you just like, yeah, that person needs some help, because everybody do need help. Even somebody that's done it on their own their whole life needs help, and you want to help them because you just want to do a good deed. Then make sure that is your only reason why. Don't be plotting thinking, oh, they gonna probably see all this and eventually they gonna want to be with me, or they may do this, and they may not even have that to give to you right now, and that's not where their mind or their heart is, and you're trying to make your own plans without knowing theirs. That's actually a form of manipulation because you actually are not telling them what your agenda is behind why you're helping them. They're thinking you're helping them because you just want to be a good friend, and you realize they can't help you in return. They're trying to get somewhere, they don't have nothing to give, and then you actually plotting against them. And you justify, well, it's for good reason. No, not if it's not a good reason that benefits them and what they want. So y'all, it's a lot of people going through this. And karma will smack you in the face every time. Stop manipulating people. That is a form of manipulation. It doesn't matter in your mind. I really cared about them though. It's manipulation though, because they did not know this is your intention and it wasn't theirs. And then you just throw it on them all at once and expect them to feel the same way because you tried to purchase their love through different things, and it wasn't mutual. It's not about you shouldn't do good to people that you love. It's about make sure this is a mutual thing. Okay, look, Papa Gourd. Okay, So this is like the King of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. I haven't pulled from this deck for a minute, okay? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. So I do feel like there is a divine masculine coming through. That's a water energy or in their water energy. And they could be a water sign, sun, moon, rising, or Venus. And they do love you. And they're going to be clear and blunt about that. This take it how it resonates, man or woman, take it how it resonates. This is all energy. So they're not going to sugarcoat this because they have been played before and they have probably played. They have been taken advantage of before and they probably taken advantage of people. So they've been on both sides of the asshole and they know what it is. They know when a person really wants them. They know when a person is really serious about them versus somebody playing games because they done been on both sides, okay? So this person is going to be bold, blunt, and direct about how they feel about you. And they going to want to know if you feel the same way in return. And if you don't, they will be confident and walk away. So make sure you are sure about this. Don't make a decision based off past pain. Don't make a decision based off self-doubt. Okay? And don't make a decision based off this ain't the best time because baby, if you see what's going on in the world right now, it's never going to be a best time no time soon. I'm going to keep it real. You just going to have to choose that this is the person that you want to choose to be with, build with, whatever the situation is, and that y'all will stick it through thick and thin. Okay? Look at Rihanna and A$AP Rocky. That was crazy. Their house got shot up and they done left, I think, the country for protection. What it would look like if he was to leave her, A$AP Rocky was to leave her and the kids because they got shot up. A coward. It definitely would mean he ever loved her or those children if he could just abandon her, which he didn't. I'm just using that as an example. So even in the most happiest relationships, y'all can go through stuff. So think about that. Think about how stressed he is that some fan is obsessing over her to the point that she made up a whole scenario in her head and then chose to act on it. That is spiritual warfare. And that's coming into the physical in certain people's lives. So this is I'm gonna ring the bell. This is another reason why y'all need to stop playing about y'all magic. Okay, and about y'all rituals and spells and curses, and y'all need to get on them and hexing. Okay, if you don't keep them back spiritually and you can keep them you can, it's gonna eventually get to a point where since they know you ain't gonna do nothing, they'll come up on you for real. That's why it's important to practice your spiritual work because they'll come up on you in the physical. You don't want it to get to the physical world. You want to keep it in the spiritual world. You need to keep your skills up. All right, y'all need to go look at my website, goddessonrise.life. I'm telling you. Ooh, the emerging one. The emerging one. Hold on, let me pull something up real quick. The emerging one. I like that card. It's the GOAT energy. I like that card. It's the GOAT energy. Okay, so look, this is the Fool card. The emerging one. Y'all see the GOAT, and both of them got their third eye anointed with some kind of, well, he has a sapphire on his third eye. This is the Fool. And this is the GOAT, remember? This is the GOAT. So the Fool energy coming out means somebody, you don't be fooled. You don't be out here being foolish. So trust your instincts, trust your intuition. You see that? And it's the purple, it's the amethyst, which is a stone about spiritual wisdom, spiritual protection, and all that. Okay, spiritual enlightenment, your crown chakra, and all that. Seeing somebody, you need to open that third eye. Your third eye a little dusty right now. Somebody being foolish, somebody in denial too. Somebody, I'm gonna tell you what it is. You really mind your own business. It seems like more people have issues when they mind their own business versus people that be in everybody's business or every situation or every group. So you actually out here minding your own business, not focusing on nobody, not bothering nobody, just grinding, healing, living happily, eating healthy. You know what I'm saying? Being accountable. You know what I mean? You growing, maturing, protecting yourself and protecting your peace, and that's attracts dark entities. Your peace and your light irritates they demons and they chaos. They are actually jealous that you're happy and they're not. So they won't stop bothering you, right? And they actually think some of these entities sin. So I'm gonna tell you about how dark entities work. When a dark entity or spirit, and even a demon, is out there attacking you, right? But just because you a light worker, because that's really how they work. They ain't got nothing to do but attack people that's in their light. They use people. They can use your daughter. They can use your son. They can use your animal, your dog or your cat. They can just up and attack you. You know what I'm saying? They can use your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, a aunt, a uncle, a boss, a neighbor. They can use anybody that they can get access to you with to bring you down, baby. Okay? That's what they gonna do. They have to find as many avenues as possible. And the more you limit, the less likely they can harm you. And all it takes is one. All it takes is one. All it takes is one entryway to you for them to bring you down. If you let it. If you let it. Okay? So you have to be mindful of who you talk to, who you spend time with, definitely who you sleep with. For some of y'all, if y'all are doing this, you know what I'm saying? That's because that is really a reason how they can bring you down. Sexual forces is the most powerful way to bring somebody up or down. So you can lift each other up with sex, but you can also pull each other down with sex. And I feel like that happens more often because most people get into quick sexual situations strictly for pleasure because they're unhappy and miserable. So they want to plug into somebody else for temporary sensation. It makes them feel real high for a short window of time, really only while they're intertwined in the sex. And as soon as the sex is over with, they're back to their low vibrational energy, and that's how sex becomes addictive, because it's never enough, because you are empty vessel. You know what I'm saying? You don't have anything. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are not really pulling. Y'all are just stirring up chaos. You know what I'm saying? So be mindful of that, y'all. Ooh, the conjurer. And y'all, look. I'm reading this book called The Conjuring of America right now. Look, this is the card that came about the Conjurer. Yeah. And what did I just say about this, y'all? Look, this book I'm reading right now, I am in a book club where we're reading this book. And it's called The Conjurer. And I'm happy I called. This is the Magician card. The Conjurer is the Magician card. Y'all need to start getting in tune with your conjurer magic. This is like a hoodoo deck. Actually, this is actually she put it in the system as an African American deck. It's an African American deck, as you can see, and it's based off of America, indigenous peoples in America, black people in America, and African spiritual African sisters and everything, as you can see. But somebody, you need to realize you are a master conjurer. Okay, you can really cause harm at somebody. You can actually kill somebody with a death spell or something, and may come to a point where you may have to do that. And I know some people do not like the idea of doing that. They don't like conjurers because it can be done. Okay, but let me tell you, if you keep running from your power, you gonna be dead out here. And I'm talking about spiritually or physically. That's what I said. Y'all heard what I just said about what happened to Rihanna? People is crazy out here. So who said, I'm gonna tell you what I think happened, because they said Rihanna has never talked to this woman a day in her life. You gotta think she has so many fans, she can't remember every fan that she possibly done took a picture with, that may have supported her business, because she does have a business. She has like a makeup business. So who says this woman ain't just been following Rihanna and some kind of evil spirit? Because we don't know what that girl practiced. For her to say that Rihanna's a witch, and Rihanna, for what we know, have didn't go to her house and shoot up her house, and they don't have no pictures of her so far ever being in contact with this woman. Who says she ain't been possessed by some devil or demon? And that demon used her because she was so low anyway, and possessed her and conjured her to go after Rihanna. That stuff happening out here. So somebody, y'all need to keep y'all circles closed. Stop befriending everybody. And stop hanging with everybody. That person that tried to pursue a friendship or relationship with, and they just pushing it tough. I'm talking about they pushing it tough, right? Really trying to act like they love you, they really care about you, they want to be down with you, and it seems like they in a hurry too. You gotta watch those. Ain't nothing that serious. Especially, you know what I'm saying? You gotta watch those, but somebody you need to tap into your conjure work. It's time. It's time to F some stuff up. This ain't the time to be out here sitting up crying. This ain't that time. It's time to fight back. Okay. All right. The Wheel of Fortune. Look, when you fight back, your money and everything, all the stuff that you deserve is gonna come through for you. That's another thing. You about to see some action happen. So you're about to see what happens, and other people about to see what happens when they F with you. They about to see you continue to rise, and they about to fall in your face. And they know, and that's the thing. You don't even have to know these enemies. Let me tell y'all too. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna pull this. I'm gonna give y'all a little scoop for my hoodoos and my voodoos out here. Okay. And even if you're a Wiccan, I know Wiccans still use the Bible too. Okay. So look, y'all need to read Psalms 23, and y'all need to read Psalms 37, and y'all need to read Psalms 59. Okay. And read that stuff for a couple of days or as many days as you need to so you start seeing results. Okay. All of them are verses that help you be protected from your enemies and also cast harm to them as well. You know what I'm saying? And also, it also, so if y'all have been feeling like, see, remember, this is the Wheel of Fortune coming out. So somebody, if you've been going through harsh, remember, normally when the Wheel of Fortune comes out, fortune probably hasn't just been on your side like that, but you've been staying grateful regardless. So your struggles are coming to an end. And a lot of your struggles is due to people conjuring you for real. They are literally sending you dark conjure work, okay? You can heal people with conjure, or you can kill people or harm them with conjure, okay? So now that you've been fighting back, you about to see the Wheel of Fortune turn in your favor. And it's going to turn the opposite direction in their favor because a lot of times they've been receiving a lot. That's another thing. It's a verse that says, I just posted it. I think it's 30, I think it's 37. I can't think of it right now, but it is in that chapter. It said, it's like, don't be jealous of, it says, it's no need to, it said, anybody that has money in a peaceful place versus somebody that got it from a wicked place should not be jealous of them. It's in chapter 37, I remember. Yeah, don't worry about being jealous of nobody else because they appear to be doing well. Guess what? They had to do some evil deeds to get all that money. You see, Diddy, okay? Epstein. So just think about all these people like Epstein, Diddy, all these dark people that became billionaires from doing the most harmful thing. They've been having private boats private jets and yachts and mansions, right? Off of harming other people. Never be jealous of nobody just because it appears like money doesn't mean people are good people. Stop being fooled. And you think you want what they want. Look how many people saw Diddy shining, right? Because he had all that money, right? He with bad boys, all that stuff, and they wanted to join them. And look what they got themselves into without even knowing because they just wanted the money. They wanted money. That's all they really wanted was money because they just tired of poverty, right? And they got more than that. They got more than they signed up for. So do not chase money. Chase peace and righteousness. And money flows where peace is. Okay? Money flows where peace goes. Okay? Judgment, baby. Ooh, this is the reading, y'all. This is why they told me to pick up this deck. Judgment. All right, you're in the middle of a transformation. Look at that green butterfly. Green is a symbolism of the heart chakra. It's symbolism of abundance, nature, the color of nature. You know, we just pulled the Wheel of Fortune. So fortune is gold, and gold as well. That's why I'm kind of wearing this yellow cast gold energy. Okay, but yes, somebody, you about to get this money, and you're growing too. So somebody, you're growing and you're glowing and you're transforming and you look so beautiful. Look at this woman. It's actually a woman. I know it's a little dark. But she's beautiful. She's authentic. She's changing. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, you just keep changing. And people like, we can't keep up. Thank you so much. But yeah, you keep changing. You keep changing so much, they cannot keep up. And they should stop trying to keep up with you and keep up with themselves. Okay? See, people don't want to keep up with themselves because keeping up with themselves doesn't keep them up with you, and you're 10 speeds ahead of them. You see what I'm saying? They need to stay where they at. They will, you know what? You'd be more successful if you stay where you're at and thrive in your own energy flow versus trying to keep up with somebody that's going faster than you because they on another level, okay? They on another level, y'all. Everybody, you can't jump levels to come to my level. Okay? You can't jump levels to come to somebody else's level. It's just not possible. You're going to fail every time. You're going to fall every time because that is not even the speed that you have mastered yet. You still ain't learned a lot of lessons like this person learned to get to the level that they're on. And you just want to get there without doing the work because you see somebody else there and you want the benefits of where they're at without going through the journey to have and the lessons to get to where they're at. It fails you every time. The universe. I love this deck, y'all. I'm glad I pulled this deck out. The universe, y'all. I think this. Let me see. I think this is the world card. So it's been so long since I pulled from this deck. I was like, let me see. Yep, this is the world card. I was right. So the universe card coming out is the world. Y'all, this is a good sign. Let's ring the bell. Okay. So we got the Wheel of Fortune and the universe coming out, which is the world card. Somebody you about to actually start traveling the world. That's another thing. People trying to pull you down because they see you about to take off and move forward in life. Like they feel that you are like, I'm done with this BS. I had put my heart and soul into this and given everything I could to be a part of whatever you used to be a part of, stuff you used to support, and you're like, you're done. So they can feel your separation. They was hoping that they was hoping that you would fall down, right? And give up and get discouraged, especially if some of y'all having to be on your journeys alone. They thought you was gonna get discouraged. You weren't gonna have the confidence to keep moving on your own. And baby, they lied. You be like, baby, I got the universe on my side. What I need y'all for? Y'all better stop playing with universal workers. Y'all gonna get y'all feelings hurt every freaking time. Universal workers are not normal. That's the point. They are tapped in with the universe. So that means they keep up. They more than likely practice cosmology, astrology. They stay in tune with the universe, which means they abide by universal law. And as long as you abide by universal law, the universe will provide for you. Period. You don't have to have a whole bunch of people around you. You naturally are blessed from the planet, from the universe, from the cosmos. Look at that's why I got this behind me. This is the pyramid in the cosmos, actually. So that's what the pyramids are. The pyramids are drawing energy from the cosmos, the God energy. Somebody you into they keep playing with you, baby. It's a song I just started listening to called Rams. They chasing money. I'm on these Rams, baby. Like I chase Rams, baby. I don't chase money. Money chase me. They not on your level. You in the cosmos. And you still balanced on planet Earth. That's one of you, baby, you're almost like an extraterrestrial being right now. Six of Gourds. Six of Gourds. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. Six of Gourds. All right. This is like the Six of Cups. So I do feel like I love how in this energy, you see Earth is in the middle of them and this green energy right here. And they like making a pyramid and putting their hands together. So somebody, you really are growing. I'm talking about your love is growing, your wisdom is growing, and you really do trust yourself now. Somebody you didn't used to trust yourself in the past because you didn't know what you wanted, because you was used to being told what you wanted and what you needed by other people. You could have came from a background of people always trying to control you, tell you what to do, manipulate you, and now you're out of that. Now you like, I know what I want, and you don't feel bad about it, and you ain't apologizing for it. That's right. You ain't apologizing for it, you don't feel bad about it, and you know what you deserve, most importantly. And it sounds like you're aligning. This is somebody you're aligning with what you want. And that's another reason why spiritual. Let me tell y'all, the worst thing a person that's a universal worker can do for dark forces is find their twin flame, soulmate, divine counterpart, the lover. They're the love of their life. That's the worst thing that can happen to them. But for you, it's the best thing that can happen to you. Because once you do this and y'all become one flesh, oh, you really gonna start taking up. I promise you that I'm gonna tell y'all, it's not a coincidence that in this society, especially for my people that live amongst the US corporation, it's not a coincidence that this society purposely pushes out everything bad for us. Sex sells, drug sales, violence sales, alcohol, all the stuff that's lower vibrational stuff that really doesn't help us in the long term, and that we love to enjoy, whether it be on a regular basis or occasionally. It's not good for us. It's not a coincidence that those type of environments always rule over really pushing peaceful environments, because there's no money in there. If nobody is drinking, people won't have liver failure. So that means, guess what? Doc in the white coat ain't gonna get his money because ain't nobody dying from liver failure, okay, or cancer. If they don't have cigarettes out here, right? If they stop making these poisonous cigarettes, then nobody gonna get throat cancer. Nobody gonna get cancer in general. They can't do that because they need you coming to big pharma. See, they don't want you in these plants. They don't want you doing things natural. They want you to do the most unnatural things, and then say, "Yeah, the world's in chaos." Yeah, well, you provided them with everything chaotic that you can think of and that's what they got, and it's addictive, and it's hard to get off of it when you're outnumbered. It's not easy to be alone. See, I tell people, I never said it was easy to be alone. It becomes easier as you know your worth and as you grow, because you realize you everybody don't deserve to be in this growth and this peace that you have. But in the beginning parts, oh, it's tough. You go through bitterness, angry, pissed the F off. You may don't even want to live no more. If you get through that, you really strong. You see what I'm saying? Because you didn't do it. You stayed. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. This ain't for the weak, y'all. Little blade. Little blade. Look at this rocket ship on the side. Somebody, you about to take off or what? Somebody about to take off. And if you do not know, hold on, I'm gonna find this blade, little blade. If it's so this is a page. This is the page of swords. The little blade is the page of swords. So I want to tell y'all this. If you do not know, George Washington Carver, which is definitely a root worker. He was an American man enslaved here in the U.S. He is the person that created a rocket fuel out of peanut butter, and actually helped NASA be able to be able to create a fuel from peanut butter to fly rocket ships from peanut butter, baby. And you got to think, and we can eat it and it doesn't do nothing to us. So what does that tell you? We are a machine, baby. A divine machine, baby. I eat peanut butter out the jar. I love it. I'm addicted. But and make sure you get you some. Now, they had some kind of recall on peanut butter recently. I'm about to start making my own. You know, you can make it your own. You actually get you some real peanut butters, the peanut, and you really got to mash it. You got to get one of them food processors or something, right? And you got to put oil in it. It's a certain oil. I think people, they use olive oil or seed oil or something like that. But I'm figuring I'm about to start making my own. But baby, peanut butter fuels you. It naturally done, and it's healthy. And ain't no chemicals and stuff in it. It's a fuel. Somebody, you about to take off like a rocket ship, and they trying to slow you down. They can't though. This is about to be a new chapter for you. They trying to stop. This is a page of swords energy. Gemini, Libra, quit energy. This is confirmation of the spiritual warfare you've been feeling. They like, where that little B think he or she going? Are they not about to leave us? That's how people are. You could not even be friends with these people. I'm telling you, more than likely, y'all not even in contact. They ain't never came to your birthday party. They ain't never sent you a happy birthday card. Nothing. And they got the nerve to try to stop you from taking off and going to the cosmos, which is your spiritual awakening. This is a spiritual awakening. You're going up. Rocket ships don't do nothing but go up. They take off. You're going up. That's what's going on. They trying to pull you down because you're going up at a rapid rate. Ooh, y'all, listen, if this message is resonating with you, I am open today from 10 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. for readings. I'm not going to be in town tomorrow, though, because I'm going out of town for this witch walk in Chattanooga. So I'm going to be posting pictures, but I wanted to do this before I left. All right. So look, Eight of Swords, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Eight of Swords. All right. This is the water energy. Okay. You're about to be infinitely loved and in love. Oh, let me see all these cups you sitting below you, and look how they flowing over too. This is infinite love. And then remember, money, water is symbolism of money, ebb and flow, right? Babe, you had the Wheel of Fortune. It's confirmation. Wheel of Fortune. Money's about to be coming to you easily, flowing into your life. The best opportunities about to just start flowing into your life. Remember, you got the universe card, which is the world. You about to travel the world. I'm gonna tell you right now. Somebody actually, you're actually ready now. You're ready to travel the world now. You're no longer scared to travel now. You're actually ready. Now you like wondering what time, when you like, I'm ready whenever y'all ready, okay? But you still gonna also, it's still gonna be a very emotional period in your life though, because a long time ago you're gonna remember how scared you used to be about leaving or or traveling or relocating. You're gonna be so proud that you finally got here and realize you deserve better, and it was never nothing to be afraid of. If anything, you should have been afraid of staying in the same place for the rest of your life and never seeing yourself take off. This you know what I'm saying, stop limiting to yourself to this, whatever it is. Stop limiting your growth. You can't limit your growth. Ooh, the Tower, baby. Oh my God. Okay, listen, don't freak out. Don't freak out. Remember, I told you it's been some spiritual warfare. The Tower, baby. But let me tell you, did we pull that Judgment card up? Yep, we pulled Judgment card. See, this Tower card ain't for you. See, they've been trying to pull you down because they in their Tower moment. And now because they keep effing with you, Judgment is here. Let me pull up the Judgment card. You about to see some towers. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about it. But you about to see some towers. Okay? Especially if people been sending you dark energy, like I said, sending you curses, hexes to bring you down, and some of it started working, and you started seeing your life come crumbling down or falling down, or it's like you can't, even if it's, because that's another thing. Y'all see me, I'm wearing this. I got another one on too. Y'all got to get your protection energy up. Y'all know I got them. I just sold another a key, my skeleton keys. Get you a skeleton key. Those skeleton keys are for protection, and wear that thing, okay? And y'all need to cleanse it. Cleanse it with some sage, some payload, some incense smoke. You know what I'm saying? Charge it with the new moon. But that's what I'm telling y'all. Y'all got to get y'all protection up. Because yes, people going to keep sending you. There is nobody that ever made it to the top that people didn't stop trying to attack them. People are haters. How many times I got to tell y'all about this Rihanna thing? That was some serious stuff. I put a video down there if y'all want to go back to it about how that girl attacked her. They're never going to stop. So that's another thing. You need to get your protection up, because the more you rise, the attacks are going to increase. You need to get ready to fight. That's what I'm saying. You can't this ain't the time to keep lying down. It's time to rise up. Because if you don't, you're going to hit some towers you don't need these. You need to be able to stop them from doing this to you. Period. That's what we're doing. That's what you need to be. That's what the conjurer work is for. The conjurer, you're the conjurer. The conjurer is to prevent the towers ever coming into your life. They ain't got no power over you. And then anytime they try to send you a tower energy, it's going to ricochet, baby. Man, look. But if you know what ricocheting is when, like, they tell you don't supposed to shoot in the air. You don't supposed to shoot inside a small compartment like an elevator, obviously, because the bullet can ricochet and it's going to hit. It can go anywhere, but most of the time it hits the person that it was not intended to hit. So they're going to shoot themselves in the head, baby. They're going to shoot themselves in the head effing with you. Good. Good. All right. Where did that deck go? Here it is. So we're going to do the bottom of the deck. 4 gourds. Bottom of the deck. This is a 5 deck, y'all. I love this deck. 4 of gourds, okay? 4 gourds, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, okay? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You're about to get the stability and security that you want in the matters of love. Okay? Look at this. Look at this cup up here that's pouring into these 3 cups at the bottom. You see that? And look how it's all jeweled and stuff. So somebody's about to come into your life with a lot to offer you. You already have a lot yourself, but they don't want what you got. They want to add to what you got so you can have more, like they literally do. And the reason why this is happening for you now is because that's the only energy you've been accepting. So energy goes. where your intention flows. Oh, so if you intentionally been focusing on yourself, that's the only thing anybody can do when they come into your life. So the people that's not in your life right now, they see how you operate and they was like, I'm not pouring into that B or that whoever. You know, so they like F that B. They like whatever. So they chose to not pour into you. And guess that's their choice. Then stay the F back and you're not about to get no benefits off me either. Okay? So the only thing this person can do, people can do, is pour into you because that's where you at. Because you in general naturally pour into people. Them being having access to you. Look at all this good energy you got. You got the Wheel of Fortune. You got the Universe card. So you are fortunate aura, your association gets people paid. Why do you think stars hang with other stars, right? Matter of fact, let's talk about ASAP Rocky and Rihanna one more time. He admitted that when he first met Rihanna, he wasn't famous yet. He was an artist, upcoming artist, but he wasn't famous. And he met her at the club, and he got in, and he was waiting outside, and she did not get him in. So she did not just get him in just because she knew of him and all that stuff. She was on. She didn't see. Look, she didn't try to bring him up to her level. You're not supposed to do that, especially a woman. A woman with a man should not do that. She was like, well, he got to get there on his own because if he couldn't bring himself up to her level or not even her level. See, it's something. He wasn't trying to reach her level. He's reaching his level, whatever level he wanted to be on, his success in his career. But she wasn't going to let him lean on her presence and her reputation that she had already been building to get there. He got there on his own in the ways that he did. And then later on in life, after they've been through several different things, y'all know Rihanna done been through her breakup and her domestic and all that stuff. And they found each other. That's how the universe works. But y'all just keep trying to bring people up to your level and you actually ruining it for yourself because you don't want to wait. Stop that. Let them come up on their own so y'all can come together. Okay, look at this magic. That was a whole magic story. Like if you ever, I listened to A$AP Rocky when he told me how he first met her. And look, later on, guess what? As I got my step together, baby, and I'm up, boom. You see what they at? You see what I'm saying? That's how it works, y'all. Stop trying to bring people on up to your level. So this is actually another deck I sell. It's a tarot deck. It's called the Anatomy Tarot deck. It's on the website. Got it on the Rise.life if y'all want to get it. And I only have like 2 more left too because I had a whole bunch. But people been buying this deck because it's a powerful deck. I'm going to pull from this deck too because that was the energy that was coming out as well. All right. And we're going to see what this card has to say too. This is a 5 deck. I love this deck. Suit coins. Queen of coins. Ooh. And look at these blue flowers, y'all. This is my favorite color blue. And y'all know I stay rocking my blue. These blue flowers. Somebody, you need to start wearing the color blue. Get you some blue candles. If you can't find you some blue flowers, get you some blue flowers. Okay. Put them on your altar. Okay. Or you know what? It ain't even about putting them on your altar. Unless you have an altar strictly dedicated to you, you need to put you some flowers up. So put them on your kitchen table. Put an altar up for yourself. How about that? And pay offerings to you. All right. You the queen of coins. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. You the queen of coins. Baby, you abundant. Baby, your money is glowing and growing. And it's ready. You see how this looks like some kind of mirror? This is your reflection. When you look in the mirror, baby, you glowing and growing, okay? And be grateful for all this work you've done. It wasn't easy. Somebody, you used to be insecure. You didn't know your worth because you had people taking advantage of you, making you feel less than. That's another thing. If you're around people to be every time, I promise you, I've dealt with this. That's why I'm estranged from my family. I had family members that because I was confident and held myself to a high standard, I had family members making comments like, who do you think you is? Literally. And they were people that were my elders, jealous aunties and stuff. Like I always had something to say about me. I'm just dressing nice, right? Because this is the way that I feel about myself. Where you going? Why you always trying to show out? And you like, and they had the most ugliest face on they didn't have facial expression. People like that you think that's your family, your relatives, and your friends. Why are you around them? They putting you down because they hating. And you just dealing with that because y'all related. And you like, oh, that's just the way he or she is. And does it make it right? And does it mean you need to keep taking that? No. I recommend you get away because it's not going to change. And it's actually blocking you. It's blocking you. Get away. Suit rods. So this is the 10 of rods. 10 of wands. Ooh. Did we pull the 10 of wands or something? Or we pulled the 10 of pentacles. This is the 10 of wands. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy. And you look at them yellow flowers. Y'all rock that yellow. You see me, I got my yellow on. Some of y'all need to get some yellow flowers. Start wearing yellow to help build your solar plexus up. This is the 10 of Wands. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy. This means you need to be, your confidence should not be low anymore. And starting today, you need to pick it up, okay? Stand up straight. Take care of yourself. Get your hair cut. Get your hair done. Buy you a new outfit. Work out. Eat healthy. Respect yourself so people will respect you and respect others too. You know what I'm saying? It's time to activate that solar plexus. The days of you being insecure and having a low self-esteem is over. It's over. Ain't no more of that. For what? You are a divine being. All right. Oh, I'm gonna show y'all this. All right, we got the 8 of Cups. Did we pull? I think we did pull the 8. We pulled the 8 of Cups twice. This is the 8 of Gourds in this other tarot deck, and this is the 8 of Cups. It's called Elixirs. It's called Elixirs. It's the 8 of Elixirs. So, and I do have some potions now, y'all. I got some voodoo oil. I have some Hydron the cocker root. I have some all-purpose oil and some money oil, and I'm about to be getting some other stuff as well, okay? But this has Let Go Potion, Despair, Aura Cleanse, Soul Journey, The Void, Wake Up Potion. So somebody, you need to start working your potion magic. You need to start using potions to help you. I do on my altar. I use my little droplet and I anoint my altar with my herbs that help me do what I need, get what I need. Somebody used to have for you to start working them roots and them oils to get what you want. Okay? To get what you want. It's time for you to start doing that. You gotta protect your energy too. Somebody you see how I said you need to let go of what doesn't serve you, and they got the aura cleanse. You need to protect your energy and your aura. Oh, you got the World card twice. What? The World, you got remember the Universe card is the World card in this tarot deck, and then you got the World over here. Baby, double confirmation that you about to travel the world. Get ready to pack your bags. Get ready for the flights. Don't say no to these opportunities. They are for you. The universe is literally coming to snatch you up and take you away from some kind of distressful, effed up situation that you do not deserve. This is the World. Oh, y'all, this deck is fire. I love this deck. This is the World. It's time for you to have a better life. Then you keep limiting yourself to something that you deserve so much better, okay? See, bottom of the deck, the Hangman. Exactly. You know you've been frustrated. This is the overall energy. You know you tired of this BS. Somebody, you've been frustrated. You've been confused. You like, why hasn't life become better for me? Because it's too many people where you're at that probably hate you or jealous of you or competing with you or don't wish you wellness at all or success at all. And you're outnumbered wherever you're at. So that aurific field in the whole area, which is why they telling you to cleanse your energy via with potions. And I do have get some of that all-purpose oil or get some of that voodoo oil. I just used some today, okay? You know what I'm saying? Get you some Hydron the Conquer root. And I'm about to get some. But look, that's what I'm saying. You got to cleanse your aura. You have to constantly cleanse. So that's another thing. I'm going to tell you another thing about why you need to get out of this Hangman energy. You're having to constantly cleanse, protect yourself at a high number instead of focusing strictly on making your life a better environment, because every time you start getting somewhere, which is the Wheel of Fortune start kicking off in your life, here come the spiritual attacks, because as soon as they see you rising, they attack. So you can't even, that's why I say stop telling people your business. The more you keep rising, the more people telling your moves, they're plotting against you. See, when you're around more positive people, and the more positive people outnumber the negative people don't have enough help. But right now, it's a lot more negative people against you. They got more help to bring you down. It's working more because you're outnumbered. So I'm saying you're outnumbered. So I'm going to pull from this deck. This is my Ancestors deck. Now, 3 cards are on my altar because I'm using them, but I'm still going to pull from this deck. And I sell this deck too. Well, it's actually out of stock right now. It's a Norman deck. I like it because it reminds me of a voodoo deck. It is like a graveyard deck, okay? So I like it because it has powerful messages from ancestors as well. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times the dead, they help you more than the living. I promise you. Trust me. The dead will help you more than the matter of fact. The dead gonna show you who really your enemies. Okay. The ancestors. I like to say that because they're not dead. They're on the other side. Okay. The ancestors will reveal to you your enemies and take them down in your name. That's what they're here for. Okay. So when I'm gonna restock this deck as well. And once I do, I'll post it on Instagram. All right. But this is a deck that I sell. It's actually listed as out of stock if somebody want to still see how it looks. Okay. All right. So one more shuffle. And y'all, I know this is a lot for an Aries season reading, right? But hey, this is the end. And it's actually not. It's actually showing you like what's going on, because you're supposed to be in a positive place during Aries season. But remember, I told you it's a fire engine. Everybody ain't happy. Everybody see everybody else happy, mad. They not happy. Ooh, a man. Somebody, I do think you about to get a man. This is not giving me an ancestor energy. This is your ancestors telling you about to get a man. And okay, you see how the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Coins right here, and they in this mirror image. Somebody, you about to get your twin, your mirror image. That's what I'm saying. Somebody that love themselves and respect themselves. That's that. I'm telling you, that's what happens when you love yourself. When you love yourself and you respect yourself, you're going to get somebody that mirrors you. See, right now, man, let me tell you something right now. Right now, you're unable to fall for anybody's trap right now. So I'm gonna tell you what people doing there. You may be somebody right now that's somebody trying to show you how they're a good person, and the only thing they can show you how they're a good person is things that they're doing for you. And that doesn't mean anything. Just because somebody's willing to do something for you doesn't make them a good person. See, a good person is somebody that's good to themselves, and they treat others well without money having to even be a factor. But other people, they only got money. They can only buy your temporary illusion that they're a good person. They can't just show you they're a good person just by being a good person based off the things that they're doing in their personal life, how they're treating themselves. They're not happy. When you look deeper, you realize this person's not happy. You probably ask them questions. They hate their life right now. They just want to be a part of your life because your life looks better than theirs. So they're really running away from their problems. And I'm telling you, people fall for people like this all the time. People that's constantly running towards you. You think it's because you're just desirable, and you are, but you're also desirable because people are miserable. So they want to bring their misery to you and run from their problems instead of fixing them. That's not what you're looking for. But that's what I'm saying. Now you about to have a man that reflects your energy. Take it how it resonates. This person is not going to be miserable. Ooh, somebody, you need to do some cauldron work. I'm about to get some cauldrons too. But somebody, you need to do some cauldron work. What did I just say about doing? Look, you got the elixirs card, doing some potion. And that's what I'm doing right now. I did some. That's what I said. I anointed my altar. So the herbs in there, you need to do the cauldron work. Get them herbs in there. Get them banishing herbs. Get them banishing oils, or get them prosperity oils. But you need to do whatever you need right now. You need to start doing cauldron work, baby. Cauldron work is not a game. I love it. I love it. Once I got once I got my first cauldron, y'all, I went buck wild. I went buck wild. Get y'all cauldron. Scale. Look at the brain on the scale. So with this energy coming out, remember this is a normal deck, so it's like an oracle deck, okay? Somebody, you need to weigh people's knowledge. Like, let's just keep it real. Okay, I've experienced it before. I actually experienced it recently. Sometimes when you're around somebody, just pay attention to how they don't really what they talk about. I ain't even gonna say they don't got nothing to. Just pay attention to what they talk about when you're around versus what you talk about. If you're in a place where you're talking about your career, or you just got this new opportunity, or you about to go out of the country, what I'm saying, you got all this positive stuff to talk about, how your career, you know what I'm saying, or just your life in general, like you just got done with therapy, you know what I'm saying, you're celebrating your anniversary, just so much stuff. And then here they are talking about, yeah, the other day I went through this, and then, like I said, nothing they talk about is positive or just intelligent. Maybe the stuff they talking about is like, yeah, you gotta do this, and they just really literally talking at the side of their neck. Oh my God. I was around somebody recently, and literally my head was like, I was literally drained. I was like, and I was like, well, I'm about to head out. That's what I'm saying. Like, they literally are not talking about anything, not of level of intelligence compared to where you are. They only can talk to you on the level of intelligence of where they're at, and you need to pay attention to that and judge that. They not smart. They ain't even making smart moves in their own life. Stop being in now. They not smart. I'm gonna just use that. They're not smart. And you, as a smart being, don't need to be questioning yourself over somebody that's not smart. Okay? Look at their life. Do you want their life? If you know you don't want their life, why are you listening to them? Why are you listening to them? Stop. Gallows. Gallows. It's time for you to go through new doors. Okay? That's a doorway. It's time for you to go through new doors. Syringe. Some of these people V'd. I'm going to just say that. This is no offense. Some of these people are, this is what's wrong with them. They're infected. I promise you, this is a message, y'all. They have been talking about on television, on their media, about how this that they pushed in 2020 has backfired in the most harmful ways. If you are that person that did get one of these, they have been saying there's ways to flush it out. But some of this stuff costs a lot of money. And some of the stuff ain't even sold here. Some is. You got to find you a Botanica somewhere, a reliable one. Look at the reviews and all that. You know what I'm saying? Look at these reviews. If they ain't got no reviews about stuff that's working, I don't know. You got to judge, be wise. That's what I'm telling you. This is what's wrong with a lot of people. They under this. So you need to start asking people this when y'all meet. Are you, especially as a person that's not, if you're not, if you didn't do this, you need to start asking people, are you there? If they say yes, you need to move around. This is not division. This is for real. They had a movie they came out with during this that they showed people they was injecting things in them where they could keep up with you. They can switch stuff off and make you do things. Who says that girl that shot at Rihanna and A$AP Rocky and their kids ain't one of these people? And they told that girl to do this. Mind control. Baby, y'all better stop thinking. I want y'all to stop sleeping on the possibility of these things being true. If you don't believe, if you still think this is a conspiracy theorist, you're just in denial and you just want to be. And that's okay. That's on you. But this stuff is real. This is 2026. Who thought in 2026 we would be living through the stuff that's going on right now? I did not think. I knew someday. I'm gonna tell you what I did know. As a child, once, because I was always a very driven young girl reading books and always reading about either the stuff that we used to do in the past versus what we are now. So I knew spirituality was going to return to the planet like it is now. Yes, I knew this day was going to come, which is why I was studying from the time I was 6 up until, now, that so when the time came, I was going to be able to be spiritually strong. And I knew this time was coming. What I didn't think about was the war that's going to come with it. I didn't think about that because I was too busy making sure I knew I was going to be able to thrive and survive and live through it all. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even thinking about the war, but I'm ready for that too. I don't want it. Nobody wants it. Hell no. This is terrible. We went from the war in Ukraine to Palestine and Israel to now Iran. God damn. Revelations or what? Sodom and Gomorrah or what? This stuff crazy, y'all. So I did recommend y'all read Psalms 23, Psalms 59, and Psalms 37 right now to help you stay focused and help you stay protected, okay? So that is the message for today. This is Aries season message. This is what it was, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for the likes. If y'all would like to get a reading by me, you can email me at sacredenergyexchange222@gmail.com. If you'd like to get something from my website, it's goddessontherise.life. I am on Etsy as well. That link is on here too. If y'all would like to donate, I have Venmo, Goddess on the Rise. I have PayPal, goddessontherise.life@gmail.com. And I have Cash App and Chime, Copper Queen. And Queen has QU33N. Copper Queen, if y'all want to send a donation, nothing's too big and nothing is too small. All right. Especially helping me with my travel expenses. Now that I'm going out of town a lot for events, because it's just been a lot more events in different places that benefit me more than locally. But the events that do benefit me locally here in Nashville, I'm still a part of as well. Okay. So thank y'all. Marina's Bell. Send this energy back to spirit. Earth, air, fire, water, Spirit. Y'all, until next time, happy Saturday, happy Sabbath day, happy Aries season, happy spring equinox, happy Ostara. Peace, love, and balance. Capricorn checking out. Happy solar turn, Aries.